There are so many things that people tell you before having a baby. Just wait, try and get as much sleep as you can now because you won't sleep when the baby's here. Your life will never be the same. This is not constructive advice, but if there were 5 things I wish someone had told me when I was pregnant, it's these that I'm going to tell you now. Stick around for number 5. It's probably the thing that I wish I knew the most. My name's Katie. I'm a 31-year-old first-time mum. My daughter's now 14 months. I've struggled a lot with advocating for myself throughout my postpartum period, setting boundaries, and if you are expecting a baby or you already have had a baby and you just feel lost, you just want help navigating this journey, then I do hope this video helps you. Please do like this video if it resonates with you and subscribe if you would like to see more of this sort of content as well. The first thing is definitely how I felt with other people handling my daughter. People holding her, people interacting with her. I think obviously a lot of it is very biological, just a motherly instinct to protect my baby. I think obviously in the animal kingdom you see it a lot. But for me, it was really intense, and that's not to say that this will be the case for everyone. However, I think it's always good to prepare yourself that it could go down that route for you. If there's anything that I've learned from having my daughter is that you really don't know which way you're going to go postpartum. Before I became pregnant, I always imagined that once I had children, I would be handing her over to everyone. I was so excited for everyone to, build a relationship and bond with her. But my partner and I would occasionally get out, for a date night or just away for the day, and we would happily leave her in the care of one of our parents. But it really didn't turn out that way. We're now 14 months down the line and I haven't been able to leave her to have a date night or anything, which a lot of you might be watching this thinking, okay, that's not healthy. I have only actually been able to leave her for maybe an hour or two to go to a doctor's appointment. Okay, so the next one I think most people know anyway, but I don't think it's really thought about as much, is that your relationship really will shift. My fiance and I are still as good as ever. Occasionally we do bicker. Like there have been times where we have bickered more often because you're dealing with sleep deprivation, you're dealing with this huge change in your life where you now have another person that you're responsible for. Let me just give like a really innocent example. Your baby might be crying and you might think, okay, they're hungry, they're gonna need a feed. Partner so-and-so, can you please make them a bottle? And they might be like, they're not hungry, they only fed an hour ago. I don't think that's the case, I think we should wait. And then you have like a clash of opinion and it can lead into like a bicker, and these things are okay, they're normal. Obviously if you disagree on life values, that's very different, but if it's little things like that, then just remember why you fell in love, and remember this is just a transitional period. It's completely normal to feel like this when you've just had the baby. If you are the parent who is getting up in the night all the time, you may feel resentment towards the other one. You may be up all hours of the night with the baby and you may look over and see your partner sleeping and then feel resentment. If they're in work and they get like a lunch break or they get like a 15-minute break, you may feel resentment about that as well. You may not, but just always prepare for that. It is normal to feel this way. It's often really not deliberate. In my situation, I do sometimes feel resentment towards my partner if I see him sleeping. It's not his fault whatsoever. It's not his fault at all. If I wake him up to ask for help, he does it no problem. This is just me and my sleep deprived state. So the next one is bodily changes. Before I had my daughter, I was always very slim. I could eat what I wanted and not worry about my weight. Obviously my body has changed. I have birthed a child. I found that I can't really get away with eating as much unlimited chocolate that I want anymore without seeing consequences. Things have physically changed and I've really found it difficult to dress for my body. I still, like over a year down the line, haven't kind of found my style post-baby. That has impacted me mentally. You just have to remember, obviously, that your body has done an amazing thing. It's brought a baby into the world. I would take her 1,000 times over anything else. But it's still hard, like, of course it is. Okay, the sleep deprivation. What can I say about that? So when my daughter was a newborn, she slept incredibly. She slept so well. And we would often have to wake her. So we'd have to wake her, we'd wake her every 2 to 3 hours in the night so that she could feed. And I remember thinking, wow, we got so lucky with her sleep. Things changed at around 3 months maybe. To this day now, she does still wake quite frequently in the night, and sometimes I will be up for a couple of hours in the middle of the night. So I really don't get that much sleep at all. It is very difficult. And I do feel like sometimes that does conflict with our routine. Occasionally I find that I can't even get her down for a nap in the day because she's so tired, but she'll refuse. Eventually she will crash out at about 4 o'clock, she'll nap till 6, and then it's obviously she's getting a late bedtime, and then as a result she's getting up late, and then it's better to get out early in the day, and that can't happen because we get up so late. Just finding our routine, finding like a really good bedtime routine and trying to get her settled in the night, I found that really difficult. And I obviously think that a big part of it is that I'm still breastfeeding. She's combination fed, by the way. I do worry about like the transition from weaning her off breast milk eventually, because at the moment it's the only thing that's settling her, so that is a challenge. But you know, I will say that there's so many resources out there for help, so many people that can help with that sort of thing. Bless you. While it may seem like a massive predicament, there's always a way to work around it, and I have to keep telling myself that as well. The sleep deprivation is real, and you know, it really sometimes impacts my mental health. If we've had a particularly bad night, the next day I feel really down, really irritable. I just feel completely not myself. I knew that having a child would mean less sleep. I was always very big on my lions before having a baby, so I knew that would change. I don't think I really prepared for the fact that over a year down the line we'd still be kind of within the whole sleep deprivation part of it. Leaving the house takes forever, absolutely forever. If there's one thing I can tell you now, know that, and prepare the nappy bag the night before. Make sure there's food to take out, that bottles are prepared to take out, because honestly it is so hard to get out the door. A really quick trip down to the shop can take 2 hours of preparation to even get out of the house. I'm slowly learning to manage my time better, but I really implore anyone who's watching this to really prepare for this beforehand, because it's really difficult being stuck in the house all day. When you're a parent to a young child or baby, it is such a positive, massive thing for your mental health to get outside. If something messes up your morning routine and you can't get out, suddenly it's nap time, suddenly it's lunchtime, and you find that your window for going out has gone. So honestly, do pack the bag the night before. Do make sure all the bottles are washed. Do make sure that you have food ready to take out in the fridge. It's everything down to sun cream, outfits, a change of clothes in case there's an accident. Nappies are packed, changing things are packed, anything to help distract the baby's packed, everything. And honestly, your life will be easier for it. Those are 5 things I wish people had told me before I had my daughter. There are so many more points I could talk about. If you do want to know any more, please do drop a comment and let me know. I'll be more than happy to talk about them. If you're going through this right now, you're really not alone. Having a baby is the best thing in the world. Becoming a mum, becoming a parent is just an absolute blessing. But it's not easy, you know, and that's okay. Nothing that is worthwhile is easy. Please also comment below what you wish that you had been told before becoming a mum, because you never know who you might be helping. I think it's so good to have a supportive community online as well, and you know, when you're talking with people who've gone through the same thing, who know what you're on about, know how you're feeling. You can probably hear my daughter as well in the background. We're about to head out now, and I actually haven't packed the bag the night before, so please learn from me.